Okay. So welcome everyone. Today we are going to basically introduce our Unleashing Your Wealth financial education webinar series. This is really going to be an ongoing monthly sessions from WealthyGen. And what we are going to look at is really an opportunity to unleash our wealth. And we chose this topic very carefully. This is going to be the main theme of our conversations. Unleashing your wealth is really driven from the fact that unleashing means release, okay? So welcome everyone. If you are just joining us, please welcome. You can put yourself on mute so that everyone can hear, okay? But when you are ready to speak, just raise your hand and unmute yourself and speak, okay? So the main theme for today is really going to be unleashing your wealth. Unleashing really means to release from restriction. And what it means is to release from whatever that is holding you back. And for you to release something, you probably must have had it. And you can't release what you don't have. So what it means is really for us to unleash our wealth, it means that we all have that capability. We all have what it takes to build wealth. We have what it takes to grow wealth. We have all it takes to achieve greatness. So the essence of this financial education webinar series is really to review and look at all it takes for us to release that which we already have. Okay, so meet your coach for today. My name is Dr. Charity Ezenwa Onako. I'm the founder of WealthyGen. It's me you see here in the picture here. Lucy and Matthew, please, thank you. I was going to say put yourself on mute. Please put yourself on mute if you're not speaking. Okay, so this is me right here on the screen. I took this picture 3 weeks ago when we launched our mobile application, and I'll talk to you about it later on. But my name is Dr. Charity, as you know. I'm the founder of WealthyGen. WealthyGen is a nonprofit organization, and our mission is to provide financial empowerment solutions for the women and youth we serve. And I say women and youth, and also have a caveat that everyone needs financial literacy education. So we are not exclusively serving women and youth, because the resources we share can benefit anyone, can benefit families. Although we have specific programs that target women and youth, but financial literacy education is really something that everyone needs, regardless of your status, regardless of your age, regardless of where you are in your financial journey. So I'll be your coach ongoing, and as we go every month in this financial literacy journey, we'll be inviting some guest speakers to share some interesting knowledge with you all as well. So it's good to have you all here join us. Invite your friends if you've not already done so. So our topic for today is addressing money relationships. Now, I chose this topic to be our very first topic because our relationships with money really determines what we do, how we achieve our financial progress. It determines everything we do in terms of our finances. It determines our attitude. It determines what we achieve. Okay, so we are going to be looking at that attitude, right? The beliefs, the assumptions, those things that actually shape our behavior and actions towards money. Okay, some people believe that money is a hindrance to many things, and some people don't believe so. Some people believe that, oh, I don't have money now. Once I have money, I'm going to achieve this. Or maybe it's too early for me to start investing. It's too early for me to start planning. Or maybe this is not for me, or certain financial actions are left for the rich. So all of these money relationships are what we are going to address today. And the key is that once we address them, we will now be in the best position to unleash that wealth we have. We'll be in the best position to take the actions that we really need to take so that we can achieve our financial greatness. So this is going to be our focus for today. I like to play this video for you. It's a video online, it's a YouTube video that talks about attitudes about money. Okay, so it's a very short video, but it kind of touches on everything around money attitude.
You know that your attitudes about
Please let me know, can you hear it?
money determine your financial success. And this attitude,
let me know if you can hear the audio, please.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. All right.
You know that your attitudes about money determine your financial success, and this attitude can destroy your financial life. It's called money avoidance, and it'll hurt you. It includes beliefs like rich people are greedy, people get rich by taking advantage of others, money corrupts people, and good people shouldn't care about money. And studies show that these beliefs are associated with lower income, lower net worth, being younger, single, and less educated, and self-destructive financial behaviors. It's important you know that you can be wealthy and good. And the wealthier you are, the more good you can do in the world.
Okay, so
you know that your attitudes about...
Let me take this out. All right, so the wealthier you are, the more good you can do in the world. And the main takeaway there is your attitude takes... the attitude means a lot in what you do with your money, on how you react and the kind of actions you take in your wealth journey. So please, I'd like to see you in the comments. Just one thing you picked from this short video. It's a very short video, but it has a lot of information in it. Put in the comments for me one thing that you think you take away from that, or what it means for you, or just a summary of what you picked from it. Okay. Or even if you have any comments, any question about what we just watched, put it in the comments for me. Thank you. Or if you want to speak, yes, you can please unmute your mic and share what your takeaway from that short video. All right. While we're on that, we are going to we're going to move on to the topic for the day. Financial freedom goes beyond you. You achieve it so you can help others. Absolutely. It goes beyond you. Some people don't really believe that, okay, rich people get rich in different ways. They do things that are really not up and up. But hey, there are still rich people that do good things, right? And if you acquire your wealth in good ways, you can use it for good things, even if you feel like you don't need a lot of money, because some people have that belief that they don't need a lot of money, right? Even if you don't need a lot of money, yes, you can acquire that and help a lot of people. There are people out there that need help. So that might be another inspiration, or another motivation, or another attitude about money that can really help you achieve great in life. Okay, so what is your relationship with money? What is your relationship with money? I like to know what you think about money. When you think about money, what comes to your mind? How do you react to money? Please feel free to share in the comments. How do you react to money? What does your relationship to money mean? Are you aversive to money? Or do you believe that, you know what, I can do anything? Do you think that money is something that, or wealth? When I talk about money, let's just refer to wealth, money and wealth altogether, okay? This is where we talk about those beliefs, those thoughts, those assumptions that we don't talk about. Now, one thing you will take away from this session is that we have to talk about it. But there are some things that we keep to ourselves. Money is really something that is kind of emotional. It has some emotions to it. Some people don't like to talk about other things. Some people have money problems, they keep it to themselves. These are the things we are going to address today. And once we get it together, then every other thing can follow suit. Then you can learn other strategies. Then you can now begin to take actions that you should take. So today is really about addressing this money relationship. Nothing too technical for today. It's just to get our money mindset right, our money attitude right, our money beliefs and assumptions. Once we get it right, the next will be easy for us. So please feel free to share in the comments whatever you're thinking, whatever that comes to your mind. Feel free to raise your hand if you want to speak, because I want this to be more conversational. Okay? What are those thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions that we don't talk about? Yes, Bimbo, please go ahead.
Dr. Charity, it's not a question, it's just a comment. Okay. I think because the program was advertised to people in Nigeria, the advert has 6 p.m. So I think that's the mix-up. That's why maybe people are waiting for 6 p.m. in Nigeria.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, so people need to be told. I'm telling people and they say no, but you said 6 p.m.
Oh, 6 p.m. There are 2 times though. 6 p.m. Eastern time, and then 6 p.m. Nigerian time?
Yeah, that's what you have on it. I think it's a small error because it is 4 p.m. right now. Well, 4:23 for them now.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Just for you to understand why, people
okay. Thank you so much for that. I guess the calculation was wrong. My apologies. Okay. All right, so I'll take note of that. Thank you. Thank you. My apologies for the time mix-up. Our time changes here and there, so I guess I mixed it up. My apologies on that. All right, so I heard from someone that I can happily help others without stress when I have enough money. That's correct. Money can be a source of help to others. Now, let's move on to those thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions that we don't talk about, okay? So one of the thoughts is that thoughts and feelings. Some people are ashamed of how much money they have in their bank accounts. Okay. Now, when you are ashamed of how much money you have in your bank accounts, it kind of weighs you down, right? You believe there's nothing you can really achieve. You believe that's the end of the world. I don't have enough money. Maybe I will do this when I have money. Maybe I'll start saving when I have enough money. Maybe I will start budgeting when I have enough money. Or maybe I will start investing when I have money. Or maybe I will even start thinking or learning about what to do when I have enough money. These are one of the things that we need to talk about, okay? And at the end, I will tell you what my thoughts are about them. Then some people are embarrassed that they don't know how to invest. I've seen a lot of people, grown adults, that believe that, you know what, I don't know how to invest. Why even try? Investing is not for me. I don't understand all of those finance jargons. I don't understand markets and all of that. They're embarrassed. They won't even speak about it. They won't even seek for help because they don't know how to start saying that they don't know how to invest. These are just some thoughts, some feelings. And having these thoughts and feelings affects your attitude towards money. And then some people are concerned that they don't create monthly budgets. And even when they do, they don't stick to it. If you are here and you're listening, type in the comments whatever that resonates with you. I've seen a lot of adults that write to me that I don't even know how to create a budget. And some say I start off with a budget and then my spending goes haywire. I don't stick to the budget that I create. That's a concern. That's a feeling of thought of some people. And then some people are ashamed by how much debt they have. A lot of people believe that having debt is a very bad thing. And because they have some kind of credit card loans, student loans, some kind of debt here and there, they are ashamed by how much they have. These are some money feelings and thoughts. Now, some people are worried about how they spend money. A lot of people are on these shows. I've spoken to a lot of people that just worry how they spend money. They make a lot of money every month, but at the end of the month, they have nothing to show for it. They can't even tell you where they spent all their money. Now, these are just some of them that I could put together. I'd like to hear from you some other thoughts and feelings about money that kind of poses a hindrance to us unleashing that wealth within us. What are some other thoughts and feelings that we have about money? This is nothing personal. So I want you to look at this space as a very safe space. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It is nothing It is nothing to be ashamed of. Money has wings. It's never enough. That's correct. Money is never enough. Please put yourself on mute, please, so that others can hear. Thank you. Yes, so there are so many thoughts and feelings about money that kind of hinder us from achieving our greatness, achieving that thing that we have within us.
Sorry.
One thing I can tell you is that please put yourself on mute, please. When you're ready to speak, you can unmute yourself. Thank you very much. So, yeah, I think, okay, I think we're good. So one thing I like to say here is that if you find yourself in any of these, if you find yourself having any of these thoughts and feelings, you are not alone, and it is not your fault. Some believe that too much money can distract one from God. Absolutely. It's a feeling, and it's a valid feeling because of your belief. But what I'm saying to you today is that it is not your fault. Simply because growing up, some of you may have now, but nobody teaches us about these things. Nobody really teaches us about money and money attitudes and feelings in a structured way that we grew up with it. So don't blame yourself too much. Don't feel embarrassed about it. The only thing you can do is to begin to learn, begin to educate yourself, begin to relax some of these feelings, and know that even though you have strong feeling and strong faith, see money as a tool, as a medium of exchange. I see money as something you can use to solve problems. So even if you think that, okay, so money is evil, that's belief that some people have about money. But you can also look at money as a medium of exchange. Even though money is evil, but if I don't have money to pay my house rent, I'm going to sleep in the streets. So you begin to look at money, look at that positive side of money. What can I achieve with money? Maybe if I have a lot of it, I'm not going to let it to lead me to do evil. Or maybe because of my faith, I'm not going to do evil to get it. I'm going to learn the legal ways, the good ways, or the good strategies I can use to acquire wealth. Even if I don't need all of it, I can use it to help someone else. I know someone that the main reason they make money as them getting it, they're sending it to people that need it. That could be a feeling or thought, another way to turn those negative feelings into positive feelings. Okay, now let's debunk some of those feelings. 1 second, let's see. Right, let's begin to debunk some of those feelings. Beyond feelings, there are some assumptions and the things people think that, okay, so these are some of the thoughts and some assumptions, right, that we need to debunk. Some say, I don't have enough money. Once I have more money, I will manage it well and build wealth. This is some kind of relationships that people have with money. I don't have enough money. Once I have more money, I will manage it well and build wealth. Now, I like to see what you think. How can we debunk this? Because if you have this kind of assumption or belief, you begin to wait until you have enough money. You wait until you have millions before you can even start saving. You believe every month my expenses are not, my income is not enough to cover my expenses. So how am I going to save? Every month you say my expenses are too much, I'm not going to be able to meet up. So you don't have money, maybe all of these things that would reach. How can we debunk this? Any thoughts about how we can debunk this? This is what I'm going to say. And this is the truth about money. If we can't manage $1,000, and when you read this statement, please fill in whatever currency you work on. If you can't manage $1,000 or 1,000 naira or 1,000 pounds, we cannot manage $10,000. And if we cannot manage $10,000, we definitely cannot manage $1 million. You see how it progresses. If you wait until you have $1 million before you start saving, trust me, you will not be able to manage that if you are not able to manage $1,000. Our money relationships. What kind of relationship do you have with $1,000 you have right now? Or 1,000 naira you have right now? Or 1,000 pounds you have right now? What is your relationship with it? And my action for you for today is that whatever amount you have currently, even if it's 1,000 every month, even if it is 10,000 every month, whatever amount it is, don't say it's too small. Take a little portion of it. So for someone that makes $1,000 and you have all your bills, squeeze in $50 and just pretend as if you do not have that $50 and go and save it. Okay, so let's learn to manage the whatever little amount we have now, so that when there's an incremental change, when that money increases a little bit, we already have the background, the structure to manage it. So you continue to manage as you grow. All right. So here's the next one. Budgeting is for people with low income. I have enough money, so I don't need to budget. I've seen a lot of people have this kind of money relationships because they've made some kind of money. They think that, okay, they believe that budgeting is for people with low income. I have enough money, so that I don't need to budget. That is the money misconception or money assumption that we have to debunk. Okay? How do we do this? Who can tell me how we can debunk this money assumption or attitude? Feel free to use the chat. If you want to speak, please raise your hand and you can unmute yourself. Okay, so here's what I think. Regardless of how much money you have, a budget is needed. And why do I say a budget is needed? You need it to organize your finances and allocate your money effectively. I've seen a lot of rich people that they have a lot of money, but they just spend their money here and there. And then at the end of the month or at the end of the period, or eventually when they retire or down the line, they look back and say, what have I achieved? They made all the money, right? I see you say causes unnecessary expenses. Good. So people make a lot of money. They are rich. But budget is what tells your money where to go. In fact, I like the saying that budgeting puts you in control. You are in control when you budget. So it feels good for me to make out the money. I call myself a rich person. I call myself that I earn a lot of money every month. I like to be in control. And the only way for you to be in control is when you sit down every month and tell your money, this is how I want to spend you. Whatever I make, I'm going to take this portion and I'm going to invest it for me. That's how you tell your money where to go. And that's how you put yourself in control. That's what really makes you a truly wealthy person, a truly rich person, not necessarily how much money you have. Okay, so that's one other money misconception that we need to debunk out of our system or out of our attitude so that we'll have a good relationship with money. Now, here's the next one. Investing is only for the rich and debt-free. A lot of people don't invest just because their attitude is, I don't have money to invest. Only rich people invest. Or maybe people that don't have any debt, they can just invest because they have free money. And maybe because I have credit card debts, maybe because I have student loans, or maybe because I have this mortgage, I have all of these consumer loans here and there. I don't have free money to invest. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that that is a money misconception. That is an assumption that we need to debunk today. You don't have to be too rich. You don't have to be rich to start investing. You don't have to be debt-free to start investing. How do we debunk this today? You don't need to pay off all your debt before you start investing. If you have credit card debt, you don't need to pay it all off before you start investing. It's good to pay off your debts, but you don't have to pay it all. You don't have to wait until you pay it all for you to start investing. The earlier you start investing, the better. Even if you put aside $50 only every month or 50 naira every month towards your investing. Now, when I say the earlier you start investing, the better. Assuming you have a debt of, let's just say $5,000, or let's just say $1,000 for the sake of it, and you are paying every month, you are paying into it. It might take you 1 year to pay it off. And if you lose 1 year and you don't invest at all for 1 year, you've lost yourself a lot of money. You've lost 1 year that your investment could have used to grow. If I have a debt, or if you start saving or investing just $50 or 50 naira or 100 naira or 500, whatever it is for you, whatever you're comfortable doing, if you start investing that little portion while you still pay for your debt, then what happens is you give your investments time to grow, so that it might take you some time to pay off your debt, but you have something going for yourself in terms of your investments. So don't wait until you are rich. Don't wait until you pay off all your debts before you start investing. Your action today, your action point for today is to start investing today. Don't wait until you have too much money. Don't wait until you pay off all your debts. Keep paying gradually until your debt, and keep investing gradually so you can build wealth for yourself. Okay? Any questions or comments, or does anybody have any way or any other way we can debunk this money misconception? Remember, I like to hear what you think. Please put it in the chat for us, or feel free to unmute yourself and speak. All right, so let's move on to the next. It's best practice to keep my savings and checking accounts in the same bank. I don't need to have accounts in multiple banks. That is a money misconception, and I like to wait and see what you think about this. A lot of people have bank accounts in one bank. They keep their savings accounts or current checking accounts in the same bank, and they just don't worry anymore. Oh, I have this bank account, I'm good. I don't have to have accounts in this bank or have accounts in that bank, in the other bank. I like to see what you think about it. Someone says, I agree. Do you think this is the best practice? Or do you think we can do better? Remember, we are talking about money here, our relationships with money, and we are talking about unleashing our wealth. Okay? And here's what I think. It is not completely ideal. And why do I say that? You are losing an opportunity to earn higher interest rates via other high-yielding savings accounts. It's a good thing to have a good relationship with your bank. But you staying in that bank for your savings account and checking accounts, there might be other banks that are offering high-yield interest rates on savings accounts. And if you don't look, you wouldn't know. I know of a bank that pays interest rates of less than 1%. And there are banks that pay 4.5%, some up to 5%. And if you stick with that bank simply because you've stayed with them for a long time, you are losing close to about 4% on interest rate that other banks are offering, even online banks are offering. So my recommendation is to always do what? Shop around. It's your right to shop around. That's everything good about shopping around. So here's what you can do, right? If you have savings account in one bank, or maybe savings and checking account in one bank, you can leave your checking account because you've maintained a good relationship with them, but your savings account has to yield money for you. It is your money. The banks are making money on your savings account. But you should also be making money out of it. It might not be a lot, but you want to maximize every opportunity out there for you to grow your wealth. So shop around, see what is out there. And when you find your good interest rate, feel free to move your savings account to that. Or you can reach to your bank. You can go to your bank and say, this bank here, let's say you have an account with, say, Access Bank, right? You can go to Zenith Bank where you have your account and say, Zenith, you go to Access Bank and say, Zenith Bank is offering me 15% and you are giving me 10%. What can you do for me? And if that is the case, trust me, no bank wants to lose an old-time customer. They want to maintain that relationship. Tell them, I'm considering to move my savings from your bank, Access Bank, to the Zenith Bank as an example, because I'm getting 15% interest rate instead of the 10% you're giving me here. A lot of them will match it. And if they don't, feel free to transfer your savings account to the new account. I know of someone, is this applicable if one lives in Nigeria? You know, I know it works well outside the country, but I'm not sure if feasible in Nigeria. Yes, it's absolutely feasible. In fact, let me tell you a story about a man that I know. This man retired and he's living off of his investments in the bank, his fixed deposits that he has. This man lives in Nigeria. So he has his investments, he put it as a fixed deposit in his bank account, and he's living off of the interest rate he gets. And every month he goes to different banks. I have this much money in fixed deposit at this bank. This is the interest rate I'm getting from this bank. How much interest rate can you give me? They quote his interest rate. He says, okay, I'm going to come back. And he moves to his bank and said, okay, this is how much I have in your bank. This is the interest your interest rate you're giving me. This is the interest rate this bank is giving me. Can you beat it? If you beat it, I keep my money here. If you don't beat it, I move my money to that bank. Most times, they give him what he wants. And if they don't, he moves. He moves his money to the bank and gets higher interest rate. He takes it for the month and he continues to move around. He continues to shop around. And whenever he gets a higher interest rate, he moves his money or they match it. So it is your money. It is your responsibility to look for what is best for you. So to answer your question, yes, it is applicable in Nigeria, and I've seen a lot of people do it. I have bank accounts in Nigeria as well, and I shop for interest rates, and I go for whoever that offers me higher interest rate. So yes, you can definitely do that. So unless you just want to keep your checking account, it is fine, because most checking accounts don't really pay interest. So you can maintain that relationship with your existing bank, but always feel free to shop around for your interest rate. It is your money and you have the right to do what you want to do with your money, especially as it benefits you the most. Okay, any other comments on this? Please mute yourself so that others can hear without distraction. Thank you. All right, so let's debunk another misconception. I should avoid talking about my money problems with others. This is one thing that it's very common, and I don't blame people per se, because money is something personal to us. Sometimes we don't like to talk about it. So tell me what you think about this one. I should avoid talking about my money problems with others. I'd like to hear your perspective on this. Is this a money misconception? Is it a good money relationship, or is it not? It's a money error. Thank you, Ms. Bimbo. Why do we think it's an error or is a misconception? You need financial mentors and coaches, absolutely. You need financial mentors and coaches. That is correct. And sometimes you might not even sometimes you might just have a conversation with family members and close friends. Okay? You need financial mentors and coaches. Yes. Talk about it. That is my takeaway for you here. Talk about it. It should not be a taboo to discuss money issues with close friends and families. And this time also, when you think that you need more information, talk to a financial coach or a mentor. Look for someone that you believe that is knowledgeable about money matters. Don't keep it to yourself. In fact, I say that problem shared is problem solved. Now, a lot of people don't discuss money with family members. A lot of people don't. Now, one thing I like to say is, as parents, if you're a parent here, or even if you don't have a child of your own, but you have your siblings, you have your parents, right? It is a good thing to talk about money. And one thing I like to say here is that children or kids learn. They learn from what they see us do or what they hear us talk about, not just the good ones, even the bad ones. And guess what? It becomes a learning experience. If you share only the good ones, also share the bad ones so that people around you, your close family members, learn from it. Because even when you think the kids or the family members are not listening or paying attention, they are actually. They are learning from it. People learn from actions, observations, what they see people do. And when we speak about money relations, when you have that open conversation about it, sometimes someone might have the answer. Someone might provide guidance. And we all know money is a major issue, a major thing that leads to a lot of family problems. But when we speak about it openly, we kind of have an open understanding with money. It kind of limits some problems. So yes, it's a good thing to talk about it. And when you do not have answers you need from your close family members or friends, seek an advice or guidance from a mentor or a financial coach. Okay? Seek an advice or guidance from a financial coach so that you can make the right financial decisions. Okay? So that is one money misconception that we need to debunk. So my takeaway for you today on this one is to talk about it. If you feel it's too personal, you don't want to share it open with everybody, seek guidance from a professional, a financial coach, a mentor, so you can get it out of the way. When you talk about it, you solve it. It doesn't matter what it is. It is nothing to be ashamed of. If you looked at our previous slides, we talked about being ashamed of something. You don't have to be ashamed of it. It's your money, right? What you can do for you is to find ways and means of learning more and improving on what you do. That is the best practice. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't keep it to yourself. Talk about it. Now, how do I begin? Someone will say, all of these things are money relationships. How do I start? Now, one thing I like for you to do is that today is really about beliefs, it's about assumptions, it's about relationships. These might not be too technical, but it prepares you for what is ahead. It prepares you to take the right decision. Money is something that is emotional. It's personal to all of us, to everybody. So it's a good thing for you to start working on these soft skills. I call them soft skills because it's something that has to come out within you. You have to make up your mind. You have to have the right attitude. And once you have the right attitude, trust me, a lot of things will change. Once you have the right mindset, the summary of all of this is, what kind of mindset do you have about money? Everything starts with the right mindset. If you believe I can't do it, you cannot do it. You won't even try at all if you believe you cannot do it. But if you believe you can do it, there's nothing stopping you. You see your energy level, we just skyrocket because you believe you can do it. So today is really about soft skills. And come next month, we'll start diving into all of these different skills. Okay? How do you begin today? I want you to broaden your perspective and learn about how money works. Okay? Don't keep anything to yourself. Don't believe this is not for me. I tell people that no knowledge is a waste. Any knowledge you acquire is an asset to you. Learn about how money works, because really, That's the way that money works. I told somebody one day that you do this and do this and do that. I was talking about investments. And I kind of shared some of the investments that I love to take advantage of. And she was like, how did you get to the point of having these investments? And I said, I don't know. You just have to start. Okay. You don't wait until you have it all. You don't wait. If I tell myself that I know how this got to this point, I won't know. I don't know. But if you do 100 Naira or $100 today, next month you do 100 or another 100. In 5 months, it's 500. If you were waiting to save 500, you may not have 500 that is altogether free for you at that point. After 5 months, you won't even be able to have that 500 together that you can invest. But someone that was investing only 100 or saving only 100 every month consistently now has 500, and you have nothing because we are waiting until you have 500 to start investing. So broaden your perspective about money and learn how money works. That is the way for you to start. And my next recommendation for you is to pay yourself first. It is worth saving, even if you can only save a small amount. You paying yourself first is you, whenever if you have a business or you have you are a salaried employee that you get paid. The moment you get paid, pay yourself first. And pay yourself first means take a portion of it before you even pay anyone. Paying anyone is spending it. Okay? When you're spending your money first, you are paying people and you're ignoring yourself. So I like to say, I want to pay myself first. How much do I think I'm going to put aside for me? That is your savings or investments. When you have your business, once you make your money, take a portion of it that you can comfortably do and save it out there for yourself or invest it for yourself. That is you paying yourself. Or before you start paying others, before you start spending that money here and there, pay yourself first, even if it is small. I tell people, when it comes to your savings and the investment, no amount is too small. Even if it's 50 Naira, even if it is $20 or $10, put it aside for you. It grows. So when you leave this session today, you are going to begin to pay yourself first. It doesn't matter what it is. If you are making, let's say, 50,000 Naira, or let's say 20,000 Naira, what you're going to tell yourself is, what if I was making 15,000? I'm making 20,000, okay? What if you were making 18,000? What if you are making 15,000? Wouldn't you leave? Trust me, if that is what you are making, you will still survive. What you're going to do is, if I'm making that 20,000, I'm going to take 2,000 out of it and pretend as if I'm only making 18. Put that 2,000 aside as you paying yourself first. You can invest it. And keep in mind, as a disclaimer here, I know we have a lot of, there was a time where this MMM wave came on. That is not an investment. That is just gambling. Okay. It's not a true investment, but that's a completely different topic altogether. But when you learn how money works, when you speak to a financial coach or attend financial sessions like this, you learn what true investments are and how to make them so that you are making right financial decisions. A lot of people just jump into what their friends offer them. Oh, this is paying money now. Everybody just bandwagon jump into it. If you learn how money works, you won't be able to jump into those ones because you're risking your hard-earned money. And this is not the time to lose our hard-earned money, right? It is time for us to take control and own it and have positive relationship with money. So pay yourself first. Now, review interest rate on your savings account. A lot of people are guilty of this. They don't even know how much interest rate they have. Whatever they see in their bank account is what they have. Now, shop around for higher rates like I've talked about. But for you to do that, for you to know what is better out there, you have to know what you're already getting. Review your interest rate. Fine, let it be your assignment for today. When you go out from this session, go and check if you actually have an interest rate at all on your savings account. Okay, review that and see what is out there. Check other banks. There is always something better. And if you find something better, speak to your bank. Sometimes they would match whatever interest rate you have. And if they don't match, you move. It is your money and you want to do something that's best for you. This is how you begin. Now, know your finances. Know your finances, get clarity, and get confidence. This is how you begin. How do you know your finances? Sit back and review what you are doing. How much do you make every month? How much do you spend? A lot of people don't know where they spend their money. Gain confidence. Once you know where your money is coming from and where it is going, you are gaining confidence. You can speak about your money because you are confident. You know where your money is going and where it's coming. At any point in time, you want to know, this is how much I'm spending every month. And this is how I'm spending this amount on groceries, this amount on this and that. You have to gain clarity. And I'm going to offer you a solution to do that. When we started, we talked about our launch of the WealthyGen app. Feel free to download it. Feel free to download it. It is an app that you can use to manage your finances. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's small, it is big, at least you have a starting point. It's available on the app stores. Feel free to download it and use it to take control of your finances. Start budgeting today. You can manage your money better because budgeting puts you in control of your money. All of these things we talked about, all of these assumptions and money misconceptions we talked about, this is where you put it to work. You want to be in control. Okay? You want to be in control of your money. Budgeting puts you in control because now you are able to tell your money where to go. This is how I want to spend this money this month. And when you plan your finances ahead of time, you can say that, okay, I'm going to make 20,000 this month. I'm going to put 2,000 for me as a way of me paying myself in form of savings and investing. Then the remaining 18,000, how am I going to spend it? You plan it ahead of time. That's when you can say, okay, I'm going to manage this 18,000 for this month. That's how you start. I have some questions on the app. I downloaded, but have some questions. Yes, we will, at the end, we will address whatever questions you have on the app. Okay, there's room for that so that others can learn as well. Okay, so it's always good to listen to questions because when someone asks a question, you can learn from it. So budget, budget, budget. You can also use the WealthyGen app to budget. It's a very extensive tool that you can use for everything money. Okay? It puts you in control. You can budget every month. And when you start budgeting, it shows you, okay, this is what you spent on last month. How much do you want to spend for this month? Okay? This is how you begin. Now, the last thing I want to share with you today is to believe in yourself. Now, before I speak about this, the WealthyGen app is available on the App Store. Just go to Google Play Store and search WealthyGen. It's there. Go to iOS App Store and search WealthyGen app. It's there. Okay. Or that's, depending on the phone you use, just get on the App Store and search WealthyGen. It is there. Okay. Now, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Why do I say that? I keep it as the last strategy for you to begin. Okay? Believe in yourself. Now, I want to tell you a story. It's a story about me when I came to the United States. I went straight to school. I graduated from Nigeria. I came to United States and I went straight to school for my MBA. After my MBA, I went on to another master's for my second master's degree. And then after my second master's, worked for maybe 1 or 2, and then moved into my doctorate. So when I was finishing my second master's degree, I needed a job. And for someone that has finished master's degree and in the second master's degree, there's this kind of job I was hoping to get. I wasn't looking for just any kind of job, right? Because I believe I have all the knowledge right now. So I was looking to apply. And because I've been in school all of these periods, it means I didn't have experience. I didn't get to work in Nigeria because I just finished my youth service and started coming here. So I didn't get to work other than my youth service experience. So coming here, I was, straight to school and I needed this job. So when I was looking for a job, guess what happened? The kind of job I was looking for had all these years of experience, 5 years of experience. The least I saw was at 3 years of experience. And then I was going to apply for it. I shared it with my friend, and my girlfriend was like, girl, are you crazy? Look at the experience required. You haven't even worked. I said, hey, but who is going to give me experience if I don't work? I have to start from somewhere, right? Somebody has to give me an experience. And what I told her is that I'm going to apply for this job regardless. You know why? Because I have all this education. I am trained and I know these things. I can do this job because I know it. This is what I studied. I did finance. For those of you that just joined us newly, I did economics bachelor's in Nigeria. I came in, did my master's degree, MBA in finance, and then did a second master's in public accounting. So everything finance, I basically dream, I dream finance. I'm like, I can do this because I believe in myself that I can do it. So they just need to give me an opportunity to prove to them that I can do it. I believed it regardless. And then I sent in for the job. I applied for the job. And then come interview, my mouth was running. If you hear me talking, you would think that I've done this job for over 20 years. Simply because I believe I can do it. Somebody got to give me an opportunity, right? Experience is good, but I know this stuff. I believe I can do it. And even if I don't know how to do it, if I don't have answers, I can research. And that was what gave me confidence. Because I believed in myself that I could do it, I scaled the interview, and that's how I got the job. And when I got the job, I kept on researching and researching. I kept on improving. And from there, the rest is history. Why do I share this story? It's the power of believing in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, your attitude changes. And your attitude changes, it gives you confidence. And you will go out there, confidently set big goals. And you confidently and boldly take action to achieve those goals because you believe in yourself. If you have any single doubt about yourself, you won't be able to do anything. And that's what differentiates the rich from the poor, successful people from unsuccessful people. Successful people believe in themselves so much that they go out there and do stuff. They don't sit down and wait and blame it on themselves and wait for whenever the miracle will happen. They believe in themselves and they go out there and take action. That is my charge for you today. Go out there, believe in yourself first. You have all it takes. And remember, when we started this session, we said that we have all it takes to achieve greatness. It is in us. It is inbuilt in us. We just have to unleash it. And that is the theme of our conversations going forward. Unleashing your wealth. You have it. You have all it takes to achieve greatness, to achieve whatever you want to achieve in your business, in your career, in your school. You've got all it takes. You just have to believe in yourself that you have it. Then you can unleash it, because you cannot unleash what you don't have. If you believe you have it, you will do boldly what it takes to unleash it. That is my charge for you today. And that is how we end this strategy session today, for you to go out there and take action, believing that you have all it takes to achieve it. And that takes us to our questions. Thank you so much. I see someone asking for the name of the app. It's called WealthyGen app. Search WealthyGen app on the App Store and you will see it. So any questions? This is going to be our logo. You will see it there. This is our color theme. You will see it. Okay. Ms. Bimbo, I heard you said you have a question. I will let you ask your question here and we can go from there. Okay.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Charity. So the app is very friendly, very interesting. I like that it forces you to, set targets and all of that. But when it came to, establishing the current asset position, it was asking for, uploading documents.
Oh, okay. So that's optional.
Yeah. So when you're trying to establish your net worth, when you have to say what your assets are and everything, It then started asking for documents. I thought we should be able to put figures against our assets without the documents.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Documents is just for people that wish to attach something. You don't have to do that at all. You don't even have to type anything in the description. Okay. It is the essence of the net worth is, here's the thing. You start by adding your accounts. Okay. You say, I have bank accounts with, say, Zenith Bank. You don't even have to connect it. Just type the name Zenith Bank and say, as of today, I have 10,000 naira. Okay. That is just the balance as of today. That's all you need. You don't have to attach documents at all. It is not required. You can skip that. Some people just like to add stuff, extra stuff, but it's completely optional. And the essence of you adding those balances is so that when you now spend money, when you're adding your expenses, I say, I spent 1,000 naira on this, it's going to ask you, how did you pay for it? You said, I paid it from maybe my bank account, and maybe you're going to select Zenith Bank. Your 10,000 naira you have will reduce by 1,000. So it needs that starting balance so that it can now increase or decrease depending on whether you add income or add expense. So it's very user-friendly. Once you set it up in the beginning, adding those balance, your net worth is calculated automatically. And then it also shows you, what your net worth should be. Because some people say my net worth is 1 million, my net worth is 500,000. The next question would be, is it good or bad? So the target net worth that you see, target net worth just calculate for you what your net worth should be. You are at 500, but you really should be at 1 million, right? You are 500,000, your net worth should be 1 million. So the app calculates that for you when you tell it your average money income. And the app will know, because you will select your country, it will know that you are in Nigeria, and the current interest rate in Nigeria is, say, 15%. If you are saving 20% of your income every month, this is what your net worth should be. And then the other assumption you will notice is it's going to ask you your month and year of birth, not the day, just the month and year, so that it will know about how much you have worked. If you are, say, 30 years old, right, and it assumes that people graduate from college after 22 years, right? Around, on the average, some more, some less, but on the average, 22 years. So if you are 30 years, it will assume, okay, you've worked for 8 years, right? Minus 22. So if you are saving 20% of your income for 8 years, and you are in Nigeria, and the interest rate in Nigeria is about 15%, the app generates the interest rate from, because we have a standardized a database for every country, where every country reports their interest rate as it changes. So it's a repeatable database that has every country's interest. So once you select your country, it pulls the current interest rate for your country, official interest rate. So if you are saving 20% of your average income every month, this is how your money would have grown after 8 years. That's what that target net worth is. And there's if you tap on that, it's going to explain to you how the calculation is, so you can know what that figure means for you. Okay, so, and your net worth is really what it is as of today. Okay, what it is as of today, and what it means is all your assets minus your liabilities. So your assets are those things you're adding, your bank account, your stocks. There are different categories. If you look at it, you see which one that you have, and you say, as of today, this is my balance. And then if you have debt, if you owe people, let's say you have credit card debt, so I owe this person this much. If you add all of those debts, your net worth will be calculated by adding up all your assets minus all your liabilities. That's how it calculates your net worth. Then beside it or below it, it will now show you what your net worth should be. So you can compare the two. It gives you something to target. Oh, my net worth today is 400,000, but my target net worth should really be 800,000. I'm going to work towards getting my net worth to 800,000. And how do you do that? Invest more in assets, right? Instead of spending all your money, take some of it and invest in assets. The more assets you acquire, the more your net worth is going up. It's something that you can look at. And it's flexible in the sense that if your net worth, if your assets change in value, assuming you have a land in let's say Festac, example, you can just say land in Festac. Whatever you call your asset is what it is. Or a building in Lekki, or whatever it is, or a land in your village, you put the value. If tomorrow your land appreciates in value, you just go where the land is and update with the new value. It tracks it like that. It's something you do once in a while. And if you sell it, okay, if let's say you decide, I have a lot of properties, I have a lot of assets, I want to sell this, you go back to that asset and say sell. If you sell it, it's going to tell you how much did you make from it. You put how much it is, and then it's going to ask you, because when you sell an asset, you have cash, right? Where did you put your cash? You select what bank account you deposited the money, or if you have it as cash, you put it on the cash. So the app is really easy to use. It helps you manage your money. You have everything you own or you owe in one place. So as they look at it, you have clarity. You have a true understanding of your financial position. I'm going to pause and see if anyone has any more questions. Does anybody have any more questions on the app or on anything? Feel free to speak or ask. And I just want to say that this is going to be monthly sessions. Next month, we are going to dive deeper into really everything money and wealth. This is just for us to set the stage and kind of learn the soft skills about money and kind of work on our money attitude and relationships. Next month, we are going to dive deeper. And if you have if you are on our email list, you will get an email from me. Please follow our social media channels. We are on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on LinkedIn. Just search for WealthyGen. We will always post up the sessions, but it's gonna be probably the same link, same meeting ID, but this time I'm gonna make sure that we get the timing right for my Nigerian folks. And I appreciate your understanding and being able to adjust to the time, okay? Any other comments or questions? Well, yes, go ahead.
Just a feedback, to encourage you, because when we do these things, we want to, be told that we're adding value and some motivation to go on. So one of the participants says, I've been on the Zoom and I must confess I'm learning a lot. Thank you for making me part of the group. God bless you. So just to encourage you, Dr. Charity, because when you do things you're not paid for, you want to know that you're giving and you're adding value to people. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for spending this 1 hour with us. I appreciate that. That is really what WealthyGen is for. Teaching people how to make the most of their money and how to even make the money, grow it and manage it, and how to, overall live financially well. That is our mission, and we are glad to be doing it. We are glad you're able to join us. Please tune in again next month. We will send out that information earlier on so that we can prepare ahead for it, and also invite our friends. It's a free tool. It's not going to cost you anything to join these sessions. It's just our way of giving back to the community and helping people achieve financial wellness, okay? It's our way of giving back. So please feel free to come and take advantage of it. These are some resources that people pay money to get, but that's what we are for. That's what we do. So we are offering it for you at no cost, so you can make the best of what you have. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see Toyin. Thank you so much. It's interesting, and I did learn from the session. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Please send a message once you get it. Send a message and invite your friends. By the way, I know a time will come. I know a lot of you here have received a lot of questions about unclaimed dividends. It's a big thing in Nigeria, and a lot of people have questions about it. We will dedicate one session to show people how to actually check and claim their dividends. I have a lot of I've got a lot of questions on that. It is something that's bothering a lot of Nigerians, but we will dedicate a session strictly for that. And once we are ready to do that, we'll send out information and you'll be free to join, okay? On our website, WealthyGen.org, we have a lot of resources as well, even on YouTube. So feel free to follow us everywhere. Follow us on social media. Follow us, go to our website and read our blogs. We are happy to continue to serve you. Thank you so much for this time today. Okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you all again next month.